going on, everybody? I hope you are having a fantastic day because this is our first video of 2021. I'm so hyped. I hope that you are as well. The way this video is going to work is it's going to have two parts. The first part is going to be the vision for the channel, everything that I have planned for the year. I can't wait to share that all with you guys. And the second part will be my personal goals. Without further ado, let's jump into it. One of the big visions I'm working on for the channel is to share more of the behind the scenes of being a teacher. I feel like I haven't done that very much, and all the videos I've made about being a teacher have done really well. So that shows me that you guys are interested in that, want to hear more about that. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna do like more day in the life videos. I'm gonna do more morning, nighttime routines, the way that I basically center myself so that I can have a ton of energy and show up for my students every day. Because one of my biggest life mottos is that to take care of other people, you have to take care of yourself. And I feel like something I did really well last year was having a lot of energy and a lot of love for my students and bringing that to my classroom, and they had that back to me as well. And I think a big part of that, and I always tell my students this, is that you got to take care of yourself if you want to be a good student. I think the same goes for me. If I want to be a good teacher, I got to take care of myself. So that means making sure that I get a lot of sleep, nutrition is on point, exercise, all of that stuff. So I will be showing you guys that behind the scenes of sort of how I take care of myself, how I prepare my lessons too. If you're interested in that, I don't know, let me know in the comments. But that is one of the main visions. Another big vision for the channel is that I want to use my drone more. I don't know if you guys like the drone shots. I hope you do. I personally think they look super cool, which is why I want to continue using my drone. I've actually been practicing with it a lot recently, having it follow me. If you watched my video I released last week, I played around with some shots of like the drone actually following me, and it has some pretty cool AI software in it where it can actually track people and things and objects and stuff. So that is something that I will be incorporating a lot more. Also, I hope you guys liked the drone intro for this video. I sort of wanted to test myself and my editing skills, so I filmed in the exact same location that I filmed my 2020 vision. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I've linked it below. Basically, it was a video very similar to this one where I talked about my goals for the year, what I hope to accomplish in 2020. And I started that video off with a drone edit from La Jolla Cove, the exact same area. So I guess you can look at the two and compare them. I hope my editing has gotten better. I mean, I'm still nowhere near like, you know, professional videographer or anything like that, but I hope that my editing got a little bit better. And I always tell myself that I'm my biggest competition, you know, like there's no point in looking at other people and being like, oh, they're so good at this or that, and like, you know, feeling inadequate. I'd rather focus on beating myself, you know? And so I feel like my 2021 self and that edit I made beat my 2020 version. So I'm proud of that. Anyways, drone edits are gonna be a big focus, talking about teaching, big focus, and the secret project, which will be releasing on March 1st. All right, let's go into my personal goals now. So I broke these down into a few sections. First off though, I wanna talk about my priorities. So my priorities in life are three things. Friends and family is number one, health and personal goals is number two, three is work and professional goals. And you might say, wait a minute, how is work your third priority? Like, don't you care about being a teacher? Don't you love being a teacher? I absolutely do. And I think that the reason I love it so much is because it's my third priority. So let me explain my priorities to you real quick. Family and friends does not mean that I prioritize hanging out over my personal health and wellness or over work. What that means is that if anything comes up for a family member or close friend, I will always be there and I will always prioritize that. Does that make sense? So I'm not saying that, like, you know, hanging out with my friends on a Thursday night when I have a bunch of work that's due Friday morning that's not what I'm saying as my priority, okay? Hanging out with people doesn't even make the list. Like, that's not even a priority. That's once I've met all of my other needs, then I'll be willing to like socialize or, you know, do fun things, stuff like that. But Having family and friends first for me means like any emergency, anything important that comes up, anyone's going through a tough time that needs support, that is my #1 priority. Second priority is health and personal goals. As I said earlier, I need to take care of myself to be able to take care of other people, so that is priority #2. Priority #3 is work and professional goals. So this means my job. I want to be excellent at my job. I want to be outstanding in my field. That is one of my goals. Now, this also means professional development. So, for example, there are certain professional skills that I want to develop this year. One of them is I want to continue developing my leadership skills. I'm actually reading some really cool leadership books. If you guys want to know about that or hear more, let me know. One of them that I'm reading right now is Dare to Lead. Love the book. I'm about 2/3 of the way through. Strongly recommend it. The second professional skill I want to develop is to learn strategic planning. Strategic planning means you look at a problem, you identify the problem, and then you work with a team to come up with solutions, and then you actually implement those solutions and look at your results over time. So that's a really important skill literally in anything in life, but it's also very important professionally to be able to quantify your results. So to actually put numbers into what hopefully growth you're seeing in whatever you're trying to achieve. So I'm gonna be doing a bunch of different things in the strategic planning realm as those unfold. Hopefully I'll be able to share them with you guys as well. At the moment I can't really talk much about it, but that is something that I will be working on. Another skill I wanna learn is marketing. Marketing is a fundamental thing in all of life. It doesn't just mean selling a product, it means how do you present anything, really? How do you present anything in a way that other people will want to jump on board and want to be a part of it? And that also kind of lines up with strategic planning as well. In line with that is also my goals for being a teacher. What do I hope to accomplish as a teacher for my students? The #1 thing is I want to make really cool experiments. That's the #1 thing. I'm actually working on a secret project right now that I haven't told my students about and I haven't told you guys about. I don't know when it's gonna be ready. It's gonna take a few weeks, maybe a month or two. But when that happens, I will be sure to show it to you guys on my YouTube channel. I will tell my students about it. I'm super excited. We're gonna make experiments happen. Last semester, I kind of, put it on hold because none of us really knew if we were gonna go back to school in person, what was gonna happen. For those of you that don't know, by the way, I teach in Los Angeles, and schools, at least in my district, have confirmed that they are online for the rest of the school year. So through spring of 2021, we will be online for the next 5 months, 6 months. Right? January through June, 6 months. With that knowledge, I am working on how to do experiments virtually since we won't be in a classroom for the remainder of the school year. My second goal for teaching is that I want to continue what I've already been doing because it's been working well. So continue to connect with my students. I love to hang out with them outside of class because we don't get the same interactions that we used to when we were actually in school. For example, a lot of students used to come into my classroom early in the mornings and hang out, or in between passing periods, say what's up, lunchtime, after school, things like that. There were so many times and avenues where I could just chat with the students and get to know them. With online learning, we don't have that, so I've created some outside time where we do get to connect. So for example, playing Among Us with my students after class has been super fun. We've been hosting some student lunches where the students can come in, they can hang out with us, chat, do different activities, go to different interest groups, stuff like that. So I'm gonna keep doing that because I love it and the students have told me that they love it too, so we're gonna keep doing it. Let's jump onto personal habits now. So there are a few things that I wanna continue doing because they have been really helping me the past few months. One of them is I wanna continue meditating every day. If you don't know this already, I meditate every morning. I absolutely love it. It helps me just clear my mind and be more present in the moment, because something I get caught in, maybe a lot of you get caught in this too, is just with social media, with all these devices, it's very easy to get sucked in and just distract myself over and over and not be present in the moment and actually appreciate what's around me and what I have in my life. So meditation has really helped me clarify my mind get rid of all the extra distractions, all the social media notifications, all of that stuff, and just be more present. That was a lot of words, but I want to continue doing that. I also want to continue reading every day. Reading has been so huge in my self-development in the past 3 or 4 months, and I'm going to continue doing that. I have set a reading goal for the year, and my goal is a bit lofty. It is to read 26 books. So the reason I got that number is 1 book every 2 weeks, 52 weeks in total. So 26 books in the year. That is more so just an overarching goal. It's not like I'm gonna be mad at myself if I read 25 books. It's more so just like just an idea. So I know about how much I want to be reading every day, about 30 minutes to an hour a day. I feel like if I read that much, I'll hit about 26 books. So that's just an overall goal, but the day-to-day habit is to read every single day. Another goal for myself is that I want to play piano every day. I haven't actually told you guys this on my YouTube channel. I announced it on my Instagram, but I do have a piano album that I composed over the last few months, and I released it on SoundCloud. The link will be below if you do want to check it out. It's kind of lo-fi classical. It's good just to have in the background if you're studying, chilling, whatever. So check that out if you want to. Another goal I have for piano is that I want to learn the Zelda soundtrack. I've actually never even played Zelda in my life, but I love the soundtrack so much. It's so good. I play it when my students are doing silent work time because it's just, you know, relaxing, nice stuff to have in the background. But I want to learn some of the Zelda songs on piano. That's one of my piano goals. Final habit that I want to build is to post on Instagram more often, specifically at least once a month. Why do I want to do that? It's not for validation or like, you know, getting a bunch of likes or whatever. It's because I want to practice capturing moments in my life and then reflecting on exactly what it is about those moments that I love, where I've grown, things like that, and then share that with other people in the hopes that it'll inspire other people to do the same, to reflect, grow, and then share that with the world. So that is my goal with Instagram. I'm gonna be posting at least once a month. The last thing that I do want to talk about is virtues that I want to build in myself, and I have 2 virtues picked out that I want to build. Last year I worked on building gratitude, and this year I want to work on building courage and steadfastness. Courage specifically means embracing fear, doing things that make me uncomfortable, chasing that discomfort, pushing myself out of my comfort zone, because that ultimately is how I'm going to grow. The thing that I'm going to be doing starting in March will be very uncomfortable, and I'm very scared. I have a lot of fear towards this endeavor, but I'm also very excited for it. There are so many other things in my life as well that I'm taking on that I will share about later on in the year that are pushing me out of my comfort zone. And so one of the qualities I want to embrace this year is courage, and taking that on for myself. Embracing the fear, seeing the fear, and going in anyways. The second one is steadfastness. What does steadfastness mean? I like the analogy of a ship. You're sailing through a storm. No matter what waves hit you, no matter what wind is blowing, you continue on your course. And I think 2020 really taught us all about steadfastness. Like, we gotta just keep going. There's so much going on and influencing us, but we need to also remember to stay steadfast and stay on our course. So for me, that is something that I've picked with my channel, with everything else that I'm doing, seeking to constantly build myself up. Okay, last thing guys, if you've made it this far in the video, your opinion matters to me. Tell me, should I keep the beard or not? It's been 2 weeks. I actually forgot my shaving supplies at my apartment in LA. So I haven't been able to shave for 2 weeks. Should I keep it? Should I not? Let me know in the comments. With that being said, I hope all of you have a wonderful 2021. I am so excited for this year and everything that it has in store. We're going to continue pushing ourselves, continue growing. It's going to be an amazing year. I will see you in the next video. Peace.